You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. James Clear. I'm trying to be careful not to use the term game changer because it gets overused, especially when it comes to cameras. Having the Osmo Pocket 3 for all of my 2025 videos on this channel, I feel like I can now speak to the impact that it has had. It's not just about improving footage, it has changed how often and how easily I film. And that matters because friction kills consistency. Instead of calling this a game changer, what I want to do is show you how quietly it has changed my workflow. And by the end, you can decide if it deserves that title. Now, the Osmo Pocket 3 isn't new. It came out October of 23. And since the day that I purchased it, it has captured every video on my channel, like I mentioned. It has replaced my GoPro and it has even pushed my Sony into studio-only duty. I carry it with me everywhere. And yes, I have a clever way of packing it all, which I'll go over in a little bit. Because the way you carry something, it can be a friction point all on its own. If a tool is annoying to grab or bulky to pack or requires extra steps, you're less likely to use it, especially when your time is limited. That idea of reducing friction is the thread running through this entire video. Now, the biggest shift for me is how much the Osmo Pocket 3 has shrunk my gear load. I can now film, record audio with stable footage, switch between point of view to talking head, all in a device the size of a candy bar. And people will say, well, I can do that with my iPhone, or I can do that with my phone. Sure, but let's be honest with ourselves. The smartphone is a distraction machine. Notifications, messages, doom scrolling. When I finally carve out some space, or some time rather, to film, the last thing I want is for my device to be pulling my attention somewhere else, or worse, interrupting an idea that I have that I'm trying to focus on. The Osmo Pocket 3 is a dedicated tool for one job, and that is to help me film more videos. Here's a takeaway. If your setup makes you negotiate with yourself before filming, it's probably too complicated. Can't even say the word. Too complicated. Now, the built-in microphone in this thing is really good, but on top of that, you have wireless mics that you can add an additional mic, but they're small. You can hide them anywhere. It gives you solid audio. Whether I'm filming by myself or I'm interviewing guests for creative talks on the channel, most of the time it's just me. So knowing that the audio is handled removes another mental fatigue point. And when the technical stops stealing your attention, you can actually be present in the moment. And that's value you can feel while you're creating, not afterwards. So this is the audio without me turning on the DJI microphone. It's pretty windy out here. Now I'm going to turn on the DJI microphone. So I'm going to click that button on the side there. It is on. And I'm going to go ahead and tuck it underneath my shirt right here. And my beard actually does a great job at concealing it. So this is the microphone, or the sound rather, from the mic, while I freeze my hands. Now, I bought the Creator Combo here, which includes this battery grip, and I highly recommend you buy the Creator Combo. What surprised me about it was the fast charging feature on this thing. I was filming an event recently and I had forgotten to charge it the night before. So when I got on set, it was at 30%. We had some downtime and I plugged it in, and in 20 minutes, I was up and running again. When your filming window is limited in time, you got to just go. That kind of recovery isn't convenience, it's insurance. Now, the built-in gimbal in this allows me to execute smooth panning motions, smooth tilting motions without the need of a tripod. I don't want to carry extra gear just to add a little bit of motion to whatever I'm filming. I don't want to set up. I want to just record and go. When I first got this, I just turned it on and started filming. That's how great it was. I just started filming and I film on auto and it does a great job. Exposure, color, sharpness, it all works. And the tracking on this opens up some, creative possibilities that normally you wouldn't attempt alone. So I double click the screen and now it is actively tracking me. So as you can see, as I move about the station, it follows me. So if I go over here, it follows me. And if I go over here, it follows me. So it's kind of like having your own assistant helping you film. I mean, you can't beat that. Now, quick tip. Don't use the tracking while standing relatively still because it's still looking for movement and it does this back and forth thing that is distracting. I would just turn that off. But overall, this is a camera that I trust, and trust removes hesitation. Be the designer of your world, not merely the consumer of it. James Clear. Who is this for? This is for anyone. But speaking directly to creators who want to, or aspiring creators who want the least amount of resistance between an idea and hitting record, this is for you. If you've ever skipped filming because setting up felt like too much work, this is for you. If you're juggling, a full life like most of us are, and you're trying to protect whatever creative energy you have left. I get asked about this camera constantly because people can't believe that I'm filming on this weird little thing. The Osmo Pocket 3 is the perfect everyday carry, ideal for anyone who prefers not to be burdened by hauling around a camera, lens, ND filters, a tripod, just to shoot a video. I relied on it exclusively for my trip in Greece and in Turkey. I always tell my students practice makes master, so go out there and capture the world. On the flip side, who is this not for? If you hate wide-angle footage and rely on shallow depth of field and need multiple focal lengths, or primarily shoot at night, this isn't your camera, and that's okay. Like I said, the creator combo here comes in this compact pouch, which is nice, but let me put you on to my hack after using it for a bit. I ditched this pouch because the clamshell design here was not good for speed. I opted for something that I had laying around, and that is this flash pouch that came with my Godox flash. But to make this hack work, I purchased this very inexpensive little case, protective case, which keeps the gimbal and the screen protected in a much smaller footprint than that of the DJI. Every accessory that I have on here is about reducing steps. Fewer steps means fewer excuses. For example, this magnetic mount right here that I have turns anything metal into a possible tripod. So here's the magnetic mount all ready to go. And I don't have a tripod, but I can basically just take it, place it right there, center the gimbal, and I could basically just do a talking head video while waiting for the train. It is cold out here. It's 45 degrees, they say, but it feels colder. Although I have some gloves today. I also have a car mount that allows me to film safely while driving. I purchased a bunch of these low profile mounts that allows me to hot swap instantly between setups, because when time is tight, speed matters. Now, these days, I mostly film with this camera. Usually I shoot on Saturdays, I edit throughout the week, and I try not to lose momentum. I no longer depend on motivation. I try to prioritize action, which means having a fast, reliable setup that supports a consistent routine. So if YouTube were a game, the Osmo Pocket 3 didn't just join my everyday carry, it changed how I show up and play. Now, I'll reiterate for the cons. This is not great in low light. You can't change the lens. There is no real shallow depth of field at this level of wideness. And it's an all-in-one device. So if you crack the glass or break the gimbal, you're cooked. You get the point. Also, for POV shots, I found it too awkward and long to kind of set up. I use a different setup for that. So if you want to know about that and you want a video, let me know down in the comments. Now, price. I purchased mine early, so I got a good deal on it. Then the tariffs hit and this thing went through the roof. But prices do move around a little bit, especially during the holidays. I heard of a white label knockoff to this. I can't speak to that. I don't know about it, but there's videos out there talking about it. But if you're looking to pick one up, I guess the Christmas sales would be your best bet. So the Osmo Pocket 3 didn't magically make me a better filmmaker. It gave me more than that. It removed any friction that I might have had to film. It made the process lighter, faster, and honestly more fun. And when you're juggling life and you still choose to create, all the things that I mentioned matter. Is it perfect? No. Is it for everyone? Absolutely not. But for the way that I shoot and the plans that I have, different locations, minimal gear, this is the camera that gets the shot. So, is it a game changer? You decide. All I know is that this little guy has kept me going. Anyhow, thank you for watching. Happy holidays, and may the new year bring you health, wealth, and fulfillment. But until my next video, let's keep creating.